Farm. Welcome to our live Q&A. We do this every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you can, let me know, Verna, if you're on. If you can let me know you can hear me, we will get started. I've got some announcements tonight as far as an egg availability update and a couple different things. And then if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask, and I will try to help you with your journey on Coturnix quail. Verna, can you hear me? Maybe. I usually don't like to get started until I know that you can hear me okay, so I don't have to worry about all of that. All right, wonderful. So, oh dear God, I left my iPad over there. Give me just a second. I will be right back, and then we will get started. Oh, sorry. It has been a eventful day, to say the least. Jen and I were in here yesterday, and we moved 700 birds from the brooders into the grow out cages. And then I came in here after we got with my family for Mother's Day, and I left a couple of cages undone. So I've picked about 300 quail off the floor today. Luckily, they're grow out, so that's something. Luckily, they were already separated. They were certain specific colors, so I knew where they went. But that kind of ruined my day as far as getting stuff done. So I am way frazzled right now. Let me get caught up with the YouTube thing, and we will get started. Before we do, obviously, I want to tell all the mothers, Happy Mother's Day. I think it's a very important day to celebrate that. Maybe. Here we go. All right. And again, we try to do this every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will not be on 2 weeks from now as I am taking my family on vacation, but I will let you all know next week, and then I will also send out a reminder so you're not waiting on that. But if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask. If you have any questions about Coturnix quail, and I will be happy to do so. We are doing a playlist on our YouTube channel right now that we're doing almost weekly, but it is our breeder program for our jumbo wilds. We've collected the eggs, we've put them into the incubator, we've candled and put them into lockdown, and they have hatched. So if you have any questions about any of that, you can feel free to ask about that as well. We do a couple different fun things here. Number one is if you want to let us know where you're from, I will be happy to do a shout out. It's always interesting to see where everybody is from. Also, if you've hatched any eggs out from us this week, feel free to let me know what that is. I will write it down and add it to our list. I keep track of all of our hatch rates that are shipped so that I can update our records. We are currently sitting at a 73.6% hatch rate on shipped eggs for the year. I do believe that we will be able to hit 75 by the end of the year, so I'm very excited about that. And at the very end of the video, if and only if I get 100 likes, I will be introducing a brand new color to Myshire Farm and let you know when they will be available on our website. But that is if and only if we get 100 likes. And if we don't this week, then we will try it again next week. But I think that is all. I do have an egg availability update. I do that every Sunday with any information that I have. So Jumbo Wilds and Jumbo Mix will both be back on the website tomorrow at noon Eastern Standard Time. So I'm very excited about that. Also, drum roll please. I will be putting Jumbo Whites alone and Jumbo Egyptians alone on our website on Friday. So I'm very excited about that as well. I've been trying to build up our inventory on those so that we weren't always out of stock, but it seemed like we were always out of stock anyway. So it didn't help that much. But now that we have grown, George and I spent about 12 hours on Friday moving quail and weighing quail and things like that. And we have tripled the amount of our jumbo whites. We have almost tripled our amount on jumbo Egyptians. We still have some that are still growing out, so that's going to be helpful. But I am now ready to have jumbo wilds, jumbo whites, and jumbo Egyptians on our website alone. And then we're also going to continue to have the jumbo mix. So the jumbo wild and the jumbo mix will be on our website tomorrow at noon. And then the jumbo Egyptians and the jumbo whites will be on our website Friday, this coming up Friday at noon. If I get 100 likes, I will introduce the new color and put those on the website this week. If we don't get 100 likes, then I will wait till next week. But after we moved all these quail this week, they are hatching very, very well. They are a very nice size. They're laying at about 7 weeks old. I really love the color. We've been working on it about a year and a half, so I'm very excited about that. But after we moved them all, we had more than enough for a full cage. And that's what my requirement is to put them on the website. So that was very exciting as well. But our website is myshirefarm.com. Verna just put that link on our comments section, so check that out. And let's get to your comments and questions, and I will try to help you all out. Let's see. Verna's in the house, obviously. She is our moderator for our YouTube channel. She does a fantastic job. And her birthday is this week, so happy birthday, Verna. Beth Reed is in the house, says, good evening from Cave City, Arkansas, located along the eastern side of the beautiful Ozark Mountains. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. I found another quail that's out. Oh, boy. One step forward, two step back sometimes, right? Beth Reed is our one of our moderators, one of our admins on our Newbie Quail Lovers site on Facebook. It is the largest quail site on Facebook, so I'm very excited about that. And she helps out with that a lot. So thank you very much. Whiskey Tango Farm is in the house. Happy Mother's Day, everyone, from Kristen. Absolutely. Happy Mother's Day to all. I'm excited to see what Zach has in store for us tonight. This is the only thing I look forward to every week. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. SOS Jones says, hello and happy Mother's Day. I had my eggs from Myshire birds that hatched today. That is congratulations. That is awesome. Best of luck to you. And that is a huge accomplishment. So congratulations. Let's see. Hatching quail is kind of addicting. It is. I should probably put that on the label, but you'll figure it out. Let's see. Whiskey Tango Farm says, don't forget to hit the like button. Absolutely. I greatly appreciate it. Hit that like. I've got a big surprise for you in store if we can get to 100. So that would be awesome. Rio Sales says, hey, I'm actually catching this one. Well, I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much for showing up. Jesse Mills is in the house. Welcome. Glad you're here. Jake says, I have an auto egg turner in my incubator. It turned every 2 hours. Is that okay? Yep, that would be fine. Ours turns every 2 hours. We usually recommend between 2 and 4 hours. But yeah, 2 hours would be fine. Autumn Weems is in the house. Welcome. Shannon Skinnard is in the house. She, I believe, was one of the winners of our Caternix Corner giveaway that I did on Tuesday on their channel. So congratulations to that. Set eggs a week ago Saturday. One egg cracked and spoiled in 3 days in incubator. It happens sometimes. Let's see. Sound is good. Thank you very much, Claudio from Toronto. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Don is in the house from southeastern Oklahoma. Welcome. Don Cook says, happy Mother's Day. Absolutely. Brad Davis is in the house. Welcome. Sandra B. from Connecticut is in the house. Welcome. Shannon from Los Angeles is in the house. A. Jones says, hi. checking in from the northeast tip of Ohio. Glad you're here. Thank you very much for showing up. Josh Allison is in the house from Winchester, Ohio. Welcome. The La Rochelle Farm from Connecticut. Feather Sexable mix hatching as we speak. We'll post results next week. That is great. Best of luck to you. And I did see your comment. I don't think I responded. It's been a long week. We've moved. I've touched, let's see. Well, there's 1,300 plus the 700 would be 2,000 plus the 200 I picked, 300 I picked up. I've probably touched at least 2,300 quail this week, moving them around, weighing them, changing them, switching them out. So it's been a long week. It's been a very, very long week. I am exhausted already. And the week has just begun. But I did see your comment. We do have the labels on our video on both sides. So I knew which brooder goes into which. The eggs are done. I have another hatch in, which is actually our new color. So I put one more in for us just to have some extras and put them in a separate cage and start working on the size of them. But I'm very happy with them so far. So that's very exciting. Let's see. Val is in the house. Welcome. Glad you're here. Nikki is in the house from Missouri. Welcome. Thumbs up, everyone. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Support the channel by hitting that thumbs up. And if we get to 100 likes, I've got a huge announcement. It's a brand new color here at Myshire Farm. We've been working on for about a year and a half now. And I am ready to introduce it. If we get to 100 likes, I will put it on the website this week and show you all first. And if we don't get to 100 likes, we'll try again next week. I'm okay with collecting the eggs for another week and putting those in as well. I'm very happy with this color. Let's see. Rio Sales says hi from New Mexico. Happy Mother's Day. Looking forward to starting up with the jumbos this year. Thank you very much and best of luck to you. Glad you're here. Sylvia says good morning from Indonesia. Welcome. Glad you're here. That is awesome. Hope it helps. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Don Cook says thumbs up, y'all. Absolutely. Let's see. Archie Johnson says hello from Indiantown, Florida. Just getting started. Well, that is great. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and I will try my best to help. Jesse Mills says listening here in Iowa while cleaning and moving quail. Everyone hit that like button. Thank you very much. Carrie is in the house from Southwest Missouri. Welcome. Jumbos being back on the site is great. Absolutely. I'm very excited about that. We are between the whole jumbos. I counted yesterday, and we are getting, I think, 790 eggs a day just from our jumbos. So I'm very excited about that. Plus, we have 400 jumbo mix in the grow out or in the brooders, plus the 200 we just hatched out of just jumbo wilds. Plus, we've got 1, 2, 3, I believe 4 cages that I moved yesterday. So we should be getting close to hitting that about 1,000 mark fairly shortly. So I'm very excited about that as well. Yep, here we go. La Rochelle says, sorry, I didn't hear you say if you did. How long for wait on the jumbos now that you are listing them this week? My last order that is on our website, I believe, is Tuesday. We have a farm pickup for Wednesday. So if you order Monday, you could, I mean, if you're first in line, you would go out Thursday. So fairly quickly, we'll be pretty caught up. And we just had, we've gained over 3? No, has to be 2. We've gained over 200 eggs in the past 2 weeks. So my goal is to not take them off. That was my goal the whole year. By the end of the year, I mean, I'm hoping in the next 6, 8 weeks, we'll be plenty where we can get them out quick and fast. So I'm very excited about that. Brooke is in the house. Hatch rate was 77% on rare mix and 90% on sex links. That is fantastic. Congratulations on that. I actually switched out all my sex-linked males this week. So fertility should go up a little bit on that. But a 90% hatch rate on shipped eggs, you can't really beat, can you? I guess you could, but you'd be pretty greedy asking for that. That is awesome. Congratulations. Um, Karen says, happy Mother's Day to your mom for making you. Absolutely. We've spent time with the family today, had a little lunch for everybody. And she had to go to work. I had to go to work. So we both did our own thing. And then my wife is inside spending time with her kids. And so that is wonderful. But happy Mother's Day to everybody. Whiskey Tango Farm says happy birthday, Verna. Absolutely. I do believe it's Wednesday is her birthday. So thank you very much for all that you do, and I wish you a happy birthday, and we'll probably see you on Wednesday. The Frog Feeder says, haven't watched any quail videos in a while. I moved on from Caternix. I do California Valley quail now. Well, that's great. Best of luck to you. Pax says, do you have any advice for breeding pearls to be jumbo size? Slow and steady wins the race. Biggest to biggest, and keep breeding back to each other. That's pretty much how you do it. I do want to clear the air about something. I had a very good question this week. In fact, I think they texted me last night, I do believe. But I had a very good question, and maybe some of you might have the same question. And before I say this is going to be one of those controversial things. But this is my experience and my opinion and my view only. So you can take it with a grain of salt. You can hear what I'm saying. You can ignore what I'm saying. But I think that I just need to say it. Before I do, hit the like button now before you don't like what I have to say. But if we hit 100 likes, I'm going to give you a big surprise, brand new color from Myshire Farm. So hopefully you'll hit that like button and support the channel. But so here we go. Someone messaged last night and sent a couple of questions and said that they were breeding our jumbos, mixing certain things together. They were getting, I think they were saying 12 ounces at 6 weeks old. And they're topping off at about, I think they were saying like 14, but by 11, I'm sorry. Let me back up. They were saying they were getting 12-ounce jumbos at 6 weeks old. But by week 9 or 10, they are having major leg issues, and how to resolve that. And I said, well, that's why we don't want them to grow that fast. He was like, I was afraid you were going to say that. And I said, so I've said this before, but again, we've got hundreds of videos on our YouTube channel, so not everybody hears everything I have to say. So here's the deal. Our jumbos, we are going to be redoing, so keep that in mind. I will be introducing a whole new standard for us at Myshire Farm once our playlist is over. But with that being said, I have no desire to get a 16, 18, 20 ounce jumbo wild. I just have no desire. It's not worth it to me because what we've experienced is, number one, they have huge issues physically and pretty fast. I mean, 11, 12, 13 weeks old, they're not going to be moving. They're not going to be laying. They hardly lay at all. Their lifespan is cut extremely short because they are just not bred. They are not made. Their purpose is not to get that large. In my opinion, a 14-ounce quail at full maturity for the jumbo wild is exactly what it should be. That's a healthy, happy bird that's going to be laying quite a bit of eggs for you for a long period of time, but it's still a large size. So that is why we don't strive to hit those large numbers. Our goal in the breeding program is to give you a large quail with a nice size egg that is happy, healthy, and productive. You have to keep all of that into consideration. Okay. So I see things on Facebook like, oh, well, look at this 17-ounce monster. And okay, well, usually it's not very specific. Or not, I'm sorry, I'm reading at the same time. Usually it's not very, what's the word I'm looking for? Consistent. Usually it's, I got one that hit that weight. It's a massive monster, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's fine. I believe, this is my opinion only, you really don't want to go that route. You want to get to a large size, but you want to make sure that it is a very good balance. And that very good balance to me is about a 14-ounce quail. The reason I say that is because our quail are very productive. They lay very well. They're a large size. Their eggs are very nice. They have a long lifespan. And the overall process is much more important and is going to give you much more longevity than just trying to get a really big quail to impress everybody with. So you can take that however you want to take it. But I had a very good conversation with them last night. I did look back, and I have said that before. Uh, if you don't take my advice, that's fine. I'm just trying to give you tips and tricks. You guys do what you want to do. But on the same token, we have tried certain things before. And if they're not going to lay consistent eggs and their lifespan is going to be cut in a quarter of the time that it should be, then what's the point of having very big eggs, So just keep that in mind. If you have any questions about that, you can feel free to ask. I will get to them. And again, hit the like button, because when we get to 100 likes, I've got a huge surprise for you. Brand new color at Myshire Farm. Andrew says, what's your favorite color variation? I can't make up my mind and what to make a purchase from y'all to add to our current 200. I would recommend a mix, and then you can decide what's best for you. My favorite color, it's starting to change. I've always said the SSCs. It's a lot less of the SSCs now. It's a brand new color that we're working on. I'm almost ready to introduce it. It is not this one. I do like this one a lot. I tend to drift towards the feather sexable colors. I like the consistency of them. I like the size of them. Feather sexable quail seem to be larger than non-feather sexable quail, in my opinion. So I like the size. I like the variety. So, I think the Italians are really pretty. I love the Fab Fees a lot. For the colors that I can mention to you now, I probably like the Fab Fees the most. I really like the Fab Fees. I think they're very large. They're great layers. They're very consistent, and they're very pretty. They're very pretty. So I probably like the Fab Fees the most right now. But when I introduce that next color, that will for sure be my favorite color. I really like the pearls as well. They're also feather sexable. Again, the Italian's really good. The Jumbo Wilds I love. Not really as far as the color goes, but the whole purpose of quail. I do believe that everybody should have Jumbo Wilds and then sprout from that rather than not having them. That should be, one of the main quails. Alexis says, question: two of my SSCs from you got prolapsed vents yesterday. I have had two other birds from another place had vent prolapse also. I feed 18% protein, 2.5% calcium, possible cause. Yeah, it's probably the calcium. I recommend 3.5 to 4% calcium. Also check your fiber. Most likely because your calcium is low, your fiber is low, and those are the two most important things for layers. So you'll want to increase that. I just lost my spot. Jesse Mill says, happy Mother's Day to all the moms. Absolutely. Charlotte's Crazy Critters Homestead says, Heather from Vermont, welcome. Glad you're here. The Rochelle Farms in the house says, happy Mother's Day. Let's see. Hello from Denise in Texas. Welcome. Jurassic Gardener says howdy from southern Texas, moving to Colorado. Well, best of luck to you. Schrader, Pennsylvania, Tibetan tuxedos, 86 out of 110 on the hatch this week, 78.19%. I will take those numbers. Tibetan tux, TT is 86 out of 110. Oops. That's great. Congratulations. Love to see those numbers. 78%, 77%, 90% on shipped eggs lately. I can't beat that. Joy from Arnoldsville, Georgia's in the house. We have 30 autumn amber eggs in the incubator now. They will be going into lockdown Tuesday. Best of luck to you. And hopefully you'll let us know how the hatch goes. A. Jones says, wow, it's your birthday. Oh, not talking to me. Gary says hello from Franklin, North Carolina. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Absolutely. Ivan says, my Caternix just started mating. I'm so excited. That's great. It can get very, very exciting. So you are definitely on the right track. Rose Cold Rake Heather's in the house. Says, hi, Zach. Greetings from Northeast Ohio. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Absolutely. Brooke says, I have well water with lot of calcium and mineral deposits. When water dries, you can see deposits. Do you think I should use distilled water for my babies? Not necessarily. I would honestly, that it is very important. You can put filters in. You could even buy one of those. It's probably like I think they were like $60 for one of those. Like you screw onto the tap filters. That'll help a lot. I don't necessarily think you need distilled water, but that you can. If it was me, we have well water, but we have a lot of quail, and so we used a huge filtration system here in our house and in the barn because we have well water well that's full of iron. I mean, a ton. But with that being said, I would, if it was me and I didn't have thousands and thousands and thousands of quail, I would probably get one of those screw onto the tap filters just to use. And you could use that for a bunch of different stuff as well. But you could use distilled water. A. Jones says, well, I'm catching up to you quickly. I just turned 60 in March. That's great. Congratulations. Kathleen says, I fall in love with my quail. They end up pets. It happens. I get that. Let's see. Trudy says, hello from Clinton, Arkansas. Jumbo's doing good. That is wonderful. Congratulations. Best of luck to you. The Rochelle Farm says, never saw the second label on the tray. I was like, oops. Nope. We did have second labels on the tray. I don't know. I think I can't remember. I think George might have done it after the video. I don't know. I don't remember. Or he might have been doing it while we were doing the video. I don't remember. Brad Davis says, do both sexes of quail ready for breeding the same time, or does it take longer for females to expect? Do both sexes of quail usually males mature quicker? Usually males start maturing at about 5-6 weeks old. Hens usually start laying at 6 to 8 weeks old. So about a week difference. Sylvia says, how much adult quail feed consumption per day per head? I don't know that off the top of my head. We've done a couple videos on that. You could check out on our YouTube channel, but I don't remember the numbers. Whiskey Tango Farm says, oh my goodness, we need to get to 100 likes. I've been waiting for this, LOL. Absolutely. When we hit 100 likes, I will introduce a brand new color to Myshire Farm. So hit that like button and support the channel. Ivan says, I only wish that you get the international up and running so I can get to order. It's out of my control, though. I'm sorry. Sylvia says, can you distinguish the sex of quail when newly hatched by color? Only by sex links. Everything else, if they're feather sexable, you can feather sex at 3 weeks old. Everything else, you need to vent sex at 6 to 8 weeks. Steve is in the house, has 31 out of 45 quail born. Very happy. That's great. Congratulations. If you want to let me know what color it was or what variety you chose, I will make sure that I write that down. But congratulations on that. Pretty good hatch right there. Let's see. Good evening from Dixie Delight Farm and Homestead TLC. Starting with 44 eggs from last year's Myshire Farm birds, but 37 in lockdown yesterday. That's an 84% fertility rate. Also received my eggs last week. That is great. Best of luck to you, and hopefully you let me know how it goes. Kathleen says lifespan on jumbos. Uh, I do have a video on that. I don't want to misquote, but I do believe. I do believe it's like 20 months, 22 months, maybe. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's close to 2 years. Um, we have a playlist called All About the Colors. I believe the first video on there is the Jumbo Wilds. You could watch that. It'll give you all the breakdown on average size, average egg size, um, what they look like, how to sex them, lifespan, and all that jazz on there. Jamie says, I also have 60 eggs on day 5 in incubator, 30 sparklies, and 30 autumn ambers. Best of luck to you. Let me know how it goes. Andrew says, hit the thumbs up. I need to know the new color. Very excited about it. Hopefully you hit that like button. Brian says, I ordered jumbos in April. Any idea when they are going to be shipped? This week, most likely. Steve Hogan says, German pastel and Italian gold. Thank you very much. Mark that on there. Keith is in the house from Vermont. Welcome. Let's see. SparkNarc1 says, checking in from Alberta. Welcome. Glad you're here. A. Jones gave us a thumbs up. Thank you very much. Ronald says, hi, everyone. Charlotte's Crazy Critters Homestead says, I want the new color. So excited. I have been very excited about it as well. And it's going a lot better, which is awesome. If you are on Facebook, Verna Young posted the group on there. So you can click the link and join the group. So I'm very excited about that. A. Jones says there's no charge for hitting the like button. It's free, absolutely. And when we get to 100 likes, I'll be introducing a brand new color here at Myshire Farm. So hit that like button for the incentive. Zach, that is the same as Cornish Cross Chick. You raise for meat, you have to harvest them before they reach full size, as they usually break their legs. Absolutely. Salvador's in the house with the thumbs up. Thank you very much. La Rochelle Farm says, Zach, is it just me or is it the garage door track behind you not screwed into the wall? No, it's screwed into the wall. Better be. Yeah. It's screwed into the wall. Yes, they're alive. Got to keep them healthy. I agree totally. My jumbos that get 16 ounces, I wind up butchering from leg issues. I do have one hen that is the size, and she lays about 2 eggs a week, but her legs are good. Well, that's good. But again, you guys do whatever you want to do, but that's typically why. That's why I'm not striving to hit that 16-ounce quail. It's just not worth it to me. I'd rather have a 14-ounce quail or a 13-ounce quail and have it have a very good longevity, great layer, healthy, happy, and things like that. So that's just my opinion again. John Driggers is in the house from South Carolina. Welcome. I love the jumbo white wing pharaohs. They will be out of the system for a while. We'll be focusing on them for a while now. Whiskey Tango Farm says, I really hope that they are getting black quail. They are not. I am not. There's a couple reasons why I don't do black quail that I will keep to myself. But that is one thing that I'm not going to work on, and I have no desire to work on. For a couple different reasons. Brooke says, if eggs hatch over a 5-day duration, how many times do you take out chicks from lockdown? I noticed some chicks nipping at toes. Well, a 5-day duration during lockdown is not a good idea. It's not a great thing. It really should be a 3-day process at the most. Usually with a 5-day, that usually means your humidity is not reading correctly. So I would definitely check on that. But to answer your question, we recommend that you take them out every 24 hours of hatch. So when the first one hatches, 24 hours later, open it up, take the dry ones out, leave the wet ones in. At the same time, the next day, take the dry ones out, leave the wet ones in, things like that. But a 5-day process is a little concerning. I would definitely calibrate and make sure your humidity is reading correctly. And most likely with a 5-day hatch, it is not reading what it's telling, or it's not the same as what it's telling you. So you'll definitely want to check that out. Brian is in the house. I just put an order in today. Do I need an egg turner, or can I just roll them a few times a day? You can. It's a personal preference. I prefer an egg turner, but if you roll them uh, minimum 4 times a day, it's not the end of the world. The problem with that is you're going to continue to open and close, so the temp and the humidity is going to fluctuate quite a bit. But you should still get a pretty good hatch. Question, tough question, but what is the most humane way to dispatch a deformed baby chick that was shrink wrapped and had to be helped due to stupidity on my part? It's a tough question. um, I do it very rarely. Do I do it? I don't like doing it. Um, Butchering adults, males, I don't have a problem with. I can do it like that. In fact, I butchered 290 yesterday with Jenna. So I really don't have an issue with that at all. That's just circle of life kind of thing. But the chicks really get to me. So honestly, the most humane way to do it is instantly get it. Don't let it suffer anymore. And pretty much do it the same way I did that video on how I showed how to dispatch or kind of break their necks. It definitely does not take very much force at all. Um, it's going to offend people, and I apologize, but it's better to put something out of its misery if it's just not going to thrive. Um, but pretty much you're going to take your trigger finger and your thumb, put it in between the neck, and you kind of it's like flipping a coin only backwards. So instead of going like this, you go like this, and it's instantaneous, but that does not mean that it's easy to do. That is something hard for me to do, but I'd rather it not suffer and die on its own. Archie says, at what point do you change from starter feed to grow feed? It depends on what it is. For all of our standard colors, rare colors, all that jazz, non jumbos would be the best way to explain it. We feed them up until 8 weeks. And for our jumbos, we feed them up to 10. Again, I really want to emphasize that we are completely changing the game on our jumbo wilds. So I'm giving you the information now, but you're really, really gonna want to watch that playlist as videos continue, because times are changing, is what I'll say. A Jones says you nailed it. Oh, not talking to me. High five. Oh, not talking to me. Not talking to me. Sounds like Verna had to do her job for a little bit, so I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Tim is in the house. How many quail can I brood in a 4x4 brooder up to 3 weeks old? I recommend 6 quail per square foot in the brooder, and then I recommend 3 to 3.5 quail per square foot in the grow out cages and in the breeder cages. So 6 quail per square foot in the brooder, 3 to 3.5 in the grow out and breeder cages. Andrew says everyone watching should give it a thumbs up so we can find out the new color and support the channel. Thank you. Let's see. I did see that we hit 100 likes, so I appreciate that. I will show you all in just a few minutes. I'm going to try to get caught up with the comments real quick, so give me just a minute here. Juanita Fields is in the house. If I put button quail with my Coturnix, will the Coturnix breed with them? I don't believe so. I've never tried it. I've never had button quail, but I have talked to a couple people, and I do believe that the buttons are just too small. I believe, and again, I could be wrong. Please don't take this as 100%. From what I remember, and there's no personal experience with me at all, but from what I remember, um, you can breed Coturnix to Bob Whites. I don't really know why you would want to, but people do it. But Coturnix to buttons don't work. But that's just what I've heard. I'm not 100% sure. Coturnix Corners in the house. Hello, everyone from Southwest Florida. I did not mention Whiskey Tango Farms is doing with Nicole. I don't remember the last name, but I got the first name this week, so that's a step in the right direction. But WTF Whiskey Tango Farms does a Quail 101 for newbies on every Saturday. Every Saturday at 7 p.m. You will want to check that out. It's pretty cool. And she is doing a fantastic job. So congratulations, Whiskey Tango Farms. Here, the peacock again. LOL. He wants to know the new color too. He keeps staring at me through the window. I think he knows. I think he knows. Oh yeah. Thanks, Kristen. Let's see. Do. Charlotte says running late, uh, getting from Tocoa. I hope I said that right. Hatched 110 of your jumbo wild eggs a couple days ago, 83 out of 110. I like the numbers. Thank you very much for letting me know, and congratulations on the great hatch. You did a fantastic job. I did switch out a bunch of our jumbo males this week as well. We gained I think it was 1.2 ounces on our males that we switched out. So I'm very excited about that as well. That'll help tremendously with consistency. Benjamin says order 25 jumbo wilds, 25 mix, and 37 hatched. That's 74% of order. Just hatched a little over a week ago. Well, thank you very much for letting me know. I will write that down. And if you are new, I do write the hatch rates down from shipped eggs so that I can update our record. So I'm very excited about that. And if you've hatched eggs from us, please feel free to let me know because I keep that very serious. Let's see. Shannon says, is there something wrong with black quail? I have some black quail eggs in my incubator. No, I don't have them. I can't answer that question. I'm sorry. Jamie says, last Sunday I got to tour Bob White Quail Farm, only 2 miles from my house. Very interesting. Very cool. Very cool. I'm sure it's very different than Caternix, I'm sure. Brooks says, my Saxling hatched out almost entirely the first 2 days, but my rare mix took longer. What the hell? Or heck, I guess WTH could go either way. Interesting. Very interesting. Jerry Alexander says grandson wants to put his favorite white and red roux in his 5 jumbo wild hens. Want to know the colors he could get. He gets mad when I say I don't know. He wants to put his favorite white and red. Well, the with his. Well, you'll get Egyptians. You'll get jumbo wilds. You'll get whites. You'll get pharaohs. You'll get scarlets. It's probably it for a while. Advice taken with salt and a lot of margarita mix. There you go. Jamie says they're getting 2,000 eggs a day off their layer house. Awesome little operation. A C&T quail farm. Very cool. Carrie, nope, not talking to me. Kelly says hello from New Mexico. Welcome. Shannon says mine shows 7 likes. LOL, I think I need to. Oh, okay. I remember a while back you were thinking of carrying incubators. Have you looked into Barodo at all? I have some unit. The egg tray never stops moving, rotates very slowly. Very interesting. We have, and we'll probably pull the trigger on that. It's a very large, for me, it's a very large amount sum to put up front. And I just don't know if that would be beneficial to customers. I just don't know. The candlers, the cartons, the scissors, that's beneficial for customers, but the incubators, I just don't know. So we're still weighing that option. I actually talked about it with Jenna yesterday, honestly. Kathleen says, yes, we got to see new colors. You will, I promise. Whiskey Tango Farm says, when you retire your quail after the productive laying breeding time, do you usually send to freezer camp? Thought about donating to a raptor, hawk, eagles, owls rehab facility we have here. We do it a little bit differently. So I've got separate cages for our corporate accounts. So all of our older layers, because obviously most quail hens will lay up to 2 years. We switch out ours every year. So they still have a good 6, 8, 10, 12 months left in them. Uh, we push them a little hard, but they still have quite a bit of time left with them. So what we do is we actually move them to our corporate section for our egg selection of our corporate accounts. Once they, once the new, how do I say that? Once the next round comes around, we'll put those in there, and those go to freezer camp, and all of those go to a wildlife um, a facility to feed, hawks and eagles and raptors and a bunch of different reptiles and all kinds of stuff like that. What is your favorite color? Right now, it's the Fab Fees. I've got a new color coming out, not this one that I'll show you, but a new one that I've got about a half of a full cage. So I'm getting there to introduce that. So I'm pretty excited about that one. That one will be my new favorite color, just not yet. Andrew says, yes, support the channel, but also the new color. LOL, love what you were doing, Zach. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. Archie says, showing 105. I am going to get to you in just a minute, I promise. Nicole and Kristen, yes. Thank you, Whiskey Tango Farms. Courtney says, hello from Southwest Missouri. I'm excited for my first live with y'all. We get to see a new color. Well, there you go. Pretty exciting. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Autumn says, can't wait for my eggs to hatch. I set my nurture right 360 to 18 days so it stops turning on day 15. How soon should I order more eggs so I can set them after these hatch? 10 days left in the hatch. Well, anytime. I mean, let's say at minimum it takes 3 to 5 days for me to ship once you place the order, and then it takes 2 or 3 days to get there, and then you got to let it sit for 24 hours. So that's at least 8 days. So midweek this week, but it's going to take me longer than 3 to 5 days to ship out. I'm still about a week and a half out, but that is much better than 3 weeks. So I'm getting on track. It's taking me a while, but I'm getting there. Joe says, when choosing eggs for jumbo hatch, do larger eggs make larger birds or just chicks? I don't believe so. It's a hit or miss, but I don't believe in that. With smaller chicks, catch up and make weight. Thanks ahead from Tennessee. Well, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Large eggs are important. I mean, you want that, but how do I explain? To me, the size of the quail is more important than the size of the egg. But on the same token, the size of the quail is also going to be a contributing factor to the size of the egg. So keep that in mind. Again, guys, I can't express to you enough that a breeding program, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot if you're only focused on one thing. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I'm looking for the largest eggs, or I'm looking for the largest bird, it's got to be a collective good is really what I believe. If you don't, then that's fine. Difference of opinions, we can still get along. But that's how I breed. That's how I believe, and that's what works best for me. Do you brand or mark your quail to tell them apart for age for calling your layers? We do. We don't brand them or mark them, but we have a certain process in our cages and uh, label makers and iPads and all kinds of stuff. I really should get more organized with a one-step system where I don't screw it up, but I haven't done it yet. Cheap incubators from eBay, you got to mark eggs, make sure they turn. Yeah, here's the thing with the incubator thing. I don't want to just buy a cheap incubator and have that available. If I'm going to do it, I want the best of the best. Uh, that's affordable. I mean, I know you can get an incubator for 1,200 bucks, and obviously, I don't want people spending 1,200 bucks right away on incubators. So, I mean, but I want a very good quality. On the same token, doing that upfront cost and not exactly sure if that's beneficial to the customers. Where I don't know. And as far as getting you a cheaper price, um, I'm not super happy with the price we can get right now. So that's down the road. If I do it, it's to benefit, uh, you know, new quail people coming into the business and helping them get started. Where it's like a one-stop shop where they don't have to figure out all this stuff separately. Would be my goal. But on the same token, I just haven't pulled the trigger. Um, we've gotten 7 eggs so far. So excited. Hopefully, we'll start getting larger numbers soon. They are happy and getting going. That's great. Congratulations. Bill says, when do you think the video of Rosetta's will come out? They are. Rosetta's are this week. I'll be moving the rest of them in to the breeder program this week. So Rosetta's will have to be done this week. La Rochelle Farm says, Kathleen, not sure if the eBay comment was directed to me. I didn't see a comment. Sorry. Shannon says, not quite sure. Out of 40, we figured out about 9 are male. That's not bad at all. Congratulations on that. Honey Roland says, where is the best place for turners? I have no idea. We made our own. I apologize. I would highly recommend getting on Facebook, joining the Facebook group Newbie Quail Lovers, and asking on there. You will get a ton of responses that a lot of great people with personal experiences. Michelle says the recent eggs that were sent in March hatched 19 out of 30, and the lost eggs 5 out of 30. It's not too horrible. I'll take those numbers. I guess I should write that down. I'm not doing the 5 out of 30. I will do the 19 out of 30 since we already reshipped you on those. But congratulations on that. About one. Shannon says, so far in 2 pens, but we are going to put some of the males into their smaller pen. We want to put the females into all the aviary together with 3 to 4 males already in there. There you go. Brad says, is it normal for the quail to eat the sand from the sandbox? They'll play around with it. I don't necessarily know if they'll eat it, but they'll eat some. Rio Sales says, I'm looking to keep my jumbos in an outdoor enclosure. We don't have much of the winter here in New Mexico, but we regularly see triple digit temps and 50 plus miles per hour winds. Is shading enough to avoid heat stress? They definitely need some sort of box to get into instead of just a little shade. They need to get into somewhere when mainly the wind hits. But it's doable. A lot of people do it. Brooks says, definitely don't trust the new incubator. Bought new hydrometers and thermometer on the next hatch. Let me know how it reads. Big Mike says, should quail eggs stop turning on day 14 or 15? I turn mine off the morning of day 15 is what I do. I move them into lockdown on the morning of day 15. For your breeding program, what info do you keep record of? Everything, a lot. Where we collected them from, when we put them in, what day they hatched, what hatched out the second day, average weight from 3 weeks on, um, uh, male to female, what hatched out ratio. Yeah, a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. And then a couple different things every once in a while, like feeding ratio and things like that. Stop fiddling with your hat. It sounds like you fell into a well every time you do it. Sorry, I will try to stop doing that. Let's see. I made an incubator, but looking for auto turners. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. Verna did put the Newbie Quail Lovers Facebook group on there as a link, so you could hit that. Oh, there you go, honey. Michelle says, just wanted to let you know that when we talked back in March, thought I would try anyway and got 5. Thank you, Zach, again for the great customer service. Not a problem. That's what I'm here for. Let's do this prepper. Newbie here. How many roosters to hens in a pen? I recommend 5-to-1 ratio. Weighing your quail can be an all-day job. Yes, absolutely. Michael says, I noticed most of the largest eggs did not hatch first time hatching quail. That is also something that we take into consideration. We try to actually minimize the size of the eggs at a point because I'd rather you have a nice size egg with a very good hatch rate rather than impressing you with a 18-20 gram egg, and it's just much harder to hatch. The larger the eggs, the harder they are to hatch. That is all the questions. So let's talk about the new color at Myshire Farm, shall we? So, oh gosh. So I have a new color. We've been working on it about a year and a half. About a year and a half. So I'm very excited about it. I love this color. I'm very happy with how it's producing. I do have some numbers. I will do the video on that, but as of right now, it's a nice size. I'm not going to give anyone specifics, as I would like to have about 3 generations in once they're in the breeder cage, so that I have a large section to choose from. But the size is pretty good. They are laying extremely well. We're getting about, I think, 92% of them laying every day. So that's very good. They seem to be very docile. We have not had any at all that have been aggressive at all. We've had 2 that got picked on, but I was expecting that because of a little bit of the color. But we've not had any aggressive issues. They're coming along very well. I will be introducing them the same time that I put the jumbo whites and the jumbo Egyptians back on our website. So again, the jumbo wilds and the jumbo mix are going back on our website, myshirefarm.com, this tomorrow, Monday at noon Eastern Standard Time. And then on Friday at noon, I will be putting this new color on, as well as jumbo whites alone and jumbo Egyptians alone. So I'm very excited. This is a huge week for our website. Hopefully you're excited as well. All right, you ready to see it? Who's ready? Oh, all right, here we go. Oh. So it is the Growl Tux. She has been one of our breeders from the beginning. She's a very nice size. Oh, hold on, please. She's a very nice size. The wings are pretty consistent. I brought one of the new ones that we just put into the breeder cage Friday or yesterday. I can't remember. But this is one that hatched out. They all look very similar to this. I have a few that has hatched out that is a partial here instead of the full thing. Obviously, we're not using those for the breeding program. I want the whole chest to be white here, but all of them have the white wings. And I love the pattern on the back. That is exactly what I've been working on. So it is a very dark quail, but it has that amazing coloration to it. So I'm very happy with it. Again, this is, let's see, this one is an 8-week-old. Yep, this one's an 8-week-old. So very pretty. It's actually a male. The males are quite, dear Lord, that one threw feathers everywhere. That one, this color, the males are a little bit, well, quite a bit smaller, honestly, than the hens. The hens seem to be just overbearingly large compared to the males. But like I said, this one was one that we I don't want to say perfected, but this is as close to what I was working on as possible, except for why? Why are you doing that? Why? Let's stop, shall we? Thank you. So I love the markings on the back. I love. Uh, I really want, if you can see, I really like that ring around it. Most of them, well, let me say this. A lot of the females have it. None of the males have it. So I'm not comfortable with saying that you can feather sex them. But that is something that we've noticed. Because there's no feather pattern, I'm never going to say, even if it's true, I'm not going to say that they're feather sexable. I think that that's just going to cause a lot more confusion than what should be. Feather sexable quail should be feather sexable right there. And then, but I will show everybody again. Again, this one will be available on the website. We're only doing a 30 count right now. We're getting, I think, oh, well, over double that a day, but we're only going to do 30 for a while. I still want to put some in for us, put it into our couple different programs. But I'm going to be using this for a couple different things. I'm very excited about it. But I absolutely love, she's very camera shy. When I got her down here, don't care. I put her up here, she does not like it. But this is a growl fee tuxedo. Look at that. Look at that. I love it. I love the pattern. That's what I've been working on this whole time. Love the white wings. Love the chest. Really like the head. Like the size. It's pretty good size. Pretty good size. And they're pretty docile. Obviously, they're camera shy. I did not know that, but that's the new color. I've got two new colors that are in our breeding program, or I'm sorry, that are in our breeding cages. They are a little over halfway full on their top or on their first cage, and we've got plenty that we've moved from the brooder into the grow out cages, as well as some more that just hatched out and some more that's hatching up tomorrow. So those should be coming fairly shortly too. So I'm very excited about that. But it's amazing because this color, the color on the back, the pattern on the back, the pure white, the size, all that took me about a year and a half to do. But it was worth it. I've got a lot of great, cool stuff out of it as well. I've got some plans for new things in the future with them as well. So I'm very excited about that. The one of the colors that is going to be coming out shortly that I am not introducing yet is literally been the fastest one that I will introduce. Literally, we started back in January in our Winola ranch. It moves to a grow out cage and then it moves to a breeder. But started, I think, the third week of January, second or third week of January, started with this. And we are almost there. It is breeding like 98% true. They are all healthy. They're laying amazing. So that is going to be my new favorite. It is my new favorite quail. I just can't tell you what it is yet. But I'm very happy with it. I like the size. It is feather sexable. Um, uh, I love that they're hatching pretty much 100% true. I love the color. It's a very unique color. Um, I love everything about it. But there's something about this growl tux. I think it's because it took me so long to get what I wanted. I know that if you've been watching us, I've been saying that I really want this pattern. I really want this pattern. I'm really working with this pattern, and it's exactly what I was looking for. So I'm very very happy that we were able to accomplish that. Um, and yes, the peacock approves as well. So I'm very excited about that. I will answer the rest of your comments, and we will close this up. Do you see any benefits to having cold water for quail in summer months? I have an aquarium pump circulating water and was wondering if it's worth adding a large ice chunk of hot summer day. You don't want it too cold, but you don't want it burning up either. Um, I wouldn't worry about it. I think you can cause more issues than not, but you can do whatever you want. He is doing the do again. I am. It's been a very long week, and I still have one more cage to pick up because obviously I can't close cages, and it was my fault. So that is super annoying. Yeah, I know. Thank you. Robin C says, I built a small cage, same size as the scale, but large enough to hold one quail. It works great. That's great. Congratulations. Any that tend to be broody? No, we've never had broody quail, but our setup is not for that. It's more of an environmental thing than an actual breeding thing, to be honest with you. Little Rochelle Farm says, sorry, I should have said adding large ice chunk to water tank. Oh, that's a good idea. I would do that. That's a great idea. I don't know why I didn't think that. I know. I'm going to get you back in the cage soon. Let's see. A lot of people like it. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Everybody says they're really happy with it. Thank you very much. Want to be Fab Fee? No, not really. The camera might not be doing it justice. It's not. It's a very dark quail. It's not gray at all. Stop. I should have picked up the smaller one. Hold on. Yeah, the growl fee is, or the Fab Fee is much grayer, much lighter. This one's very, very dark, um, and no pattern on the chest. In fact, the one that keeps staring at me is a Fab Fee. So if you guys give me a second, I will show you the difference. Come here. Yeah, I know. I didn't mean. Oh, stop it. Being ridiculous. Oh, here's another reason why I don't like males. That one was difficult. All right. Hopefully this will show you the color difference because the camera might not be doing it justice. So there's a Fab Fee, kind of a grayish, little dark, but more of a light gray than anything else. And then open up. Thank you. Oops. There we go. So I don't know if that helped doing more justice, but this one is much, much darker and not, there's no gray in it at all. But the markings are fantastic. All right, let's see. How do you tell male from female on them? Vent sexing, yes, that's what I recommend. Vent sex. Big Bird, yeah, I'm happy with it. Personality of them, they're not aggressive at all. They're very docile. Um, we haven't had one out of all the ones we've hatched out. We've not had one that's aggressive at all. And for tuxedos, because it's a growl fee tux. For tuxedos, they hatch out pretty true, so I'm pretty excited about that as well. Hey, I don't know what to do. This room not talking to me. Very good looking bird. Nice job, Zach. Thank you very much. What was this new color called? It's the growl fee tux. Oh, Whiskey Tango Farms said that. Yeah, I'm not talking to me. Not talking to me. Wow, she's beautiful. Thank you very much, Jesse Mills. Love the new color. Thank you. Gary Crawford says for the auto trainers, I would suggest they go look at Katrina's Corner site and look at how he sets up his boxes. That's a great idea. Brooke says, sweet job, Zach. Thank you very much. Kathleen says, my future pet. There you go. Courtney says, she's gorgeous. Thank you very much. Shannon says, I think I need a second incubator already. It happens. They get addicting pretty quick. What would cause the feathers not to grow on the back? Mine are 5 weeks and still lacking the feathers. First time quail owner here. Well, usually it's a heat issue. It's an overcrowded issue in the brooder. If they get about 2 to 3 weeks old, if they're either too many in the brooder or they're just too hot, they're going to pull their back feathers out and they're not going to grow back. So if they've got feathers on their wings or on their chest but not on their back, it was usually 9 times out of 10 it's a heat issue or overcrowding issue. Sandra says, "Oh, not talking to me. Not talking to me either. Not talking to me." Uh, the peacock is telling you the quail are out. That might be true. Very, very upset because the last cage that I got um, are real fast ones, and I had to take a break. So. Michelle says, "When you get an aggressive male, do you separate it and try again, or just call it out?" I call it out. I don't want aggression in, and the more aggressive that I can get out, the better. Shannon says, "So far, crowing gives away the males." There you go. We will move the males as they crow. There you go. Gosh, look at that. Look at the pattern. Yeah, I'm very happy with it. Absolutely happy with it. Jamie says, awesomely beautiful, Zach. Thank you very much. There's my dog. Yeah, yeah, that fab feed took me a second. Where are you? Maggie. Okay. Let's see. We have silvers. Silvers are always fun as well. Um, the commentary and noise as he's grabbing those. Uh, yeah, I, I'm tired of picking up quail. I'm just done with it today. I'm done with it. It's driving me crazy. Great new color might need a bigger barn. There you go. Fab Fee Beautiful. Thank you very much. Both are gorgeous. Thanks. Are golds the most productive quail? No. They're close. They're good. I would say the Scarlets, Tibetans, possibly Rosettas are probably the most productive. Brad says very nice. Thank you. Shannon says pretty. Thank you. Not talking to me. I'd like to add for those talking about incubators. I purchased the 1500 from GQF and it's great paired with the 1550 and this all systems go USA made. May not be for the hobbyists. There you go. Joseph says good stuff tonight. Got to head out. Thanks, Zach. Good night, y'all. Thank you for showing up. Andrew says, but if you were looking to scale up, they're great. As far as the incubator goes, thanks. They were 3 weeks old when we got them and they were lacking the feathers. Yeah, it's definitely that. Sorry to tell you that. Tavis says, I typically listen on Mondays, but 100 hatched is 162 boxes of 50 jumbos and a Christmas multi-pack. Very pleased. First time hatching quail. Very glad I practiced on chicken eggs first. Well, there you go. I'm glad that worked out. Let's see, 100. Not bad. Congratulations. How do you keep the dogs from not attacking quail that get out or fly out of your hands? The animals don't come into the barn. I was going to tell her to go to the house. I was going to let her in. La Rochelle Farm says, night, Zach. Thank you. Tappas says also some more peeped through the eggs, but died in the eggs. Do you know why? Was my humidity too high? Usually, if they pipped and did not hatch, your humidity was too low, is usually the case. Andrew had it right. The Growfie seems to have more of a chirp for the roos. Hens are quieter. Absolutely. Good night, all. Meet you back here next week. Absolutely. Everybody, thank you all for showing up. Thanks for the likes. I appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoy the new color. Remember, jumbos will be back on the website tomorrow. New color and different jumbos will be on the website Friday at noon. Until then, I will see you all next week. Stay safe. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. Thank you very much. Have a great week, everybody.